What up? Welcome. My name is Clintus. This is my daily vlog for Friday, February 6th, 2026. Here at Restaurant Depot, doing my final shop of the day. We do Costco Business Center, Shamrock, and now here, shopping for customers who don't want to make the trip, stand in lines, that sort of thing. Kind of like the original Instacart shopper. Get some whole green chilies. And canned black beans. I think I've said this in the previous videos, but something that I didn't realize until I started doing this job, how many restaurants use canned goods for a lot of things. I definitely appreciate restaurants that advertise homemade things. And even then, I still kind of question, like, is it homemade? How homemade is it? Like, did you take some canned ingredients and mix them, put some seasoning in, and now it's considered homemade? You know? It's a busy Friday, a couple extra pickups than we normally have, but shopping's not too bad. One full cart here, I'd say a 3/4 full cart at Costco. Made a quick stop at Shamrock just to grab Lily 8 daikon radish things, but I did mess up and forget to order my bread yesterday, so I have to go to the bakery and pick that up, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Also, I have to figure out how I'm going to manage this, but Sierra gets back in from Chicago at midnight tonight. So I gotta figure out the logistics on picking her up. Either staying up all night and then going to bed, sleeping in, or going to bed at a normal time and waking back up to go pick her up. I just don't know what's gonna be worse for my sleep schedule. Staying up late, straight through, and the drive to the airport's the only thing that worries me. Staying up till 11:30 and driving to the airport. She can drive home, that's not a problem, but it's driving to the airport. So I'm leaning towards like going to bed at like say 9 o'clock like normal, setting an alarm for 11:30, waking up at 11:30, going to the airport to pick her up. But am I gonna be able to go back to sleep when I get home? You know, is it gonna wreck my sleep schedule? I don't know. I gotta talk to Tiffany about that, to get her opinion on it. But she's coming home tonight, and looking forward to catching up with her about her trip to Chicago. If you're not sure why Sierra's in Chicago, she went to Jacob's Navy graduation. He graduated boot camp. He's officially a sailor now with the U.S. Navy. They're not together, but obviously they're still friends, they're still close, they still talk, and this was a big deal for him to go to the Navy, so his parents paid for her flights and hotel to fly her out there and be there for the ceremony. It was a big deal for all of them.
2 p.m. and we're on the road, but we're not going home. We're heading to a brand new restaurant of one of our customers. So this is their 4th location. I'm super excited. It has been a long time coming. They've been working on this for over a year. Brand new construction. They got to design the building, like everything, but it's just been the longest process. In fact, they started working on this location, and in the time that one has been being built and getting up and running, they found another location, bought it, moved in, and it's been up and running for like 6 months. So this was supposed to be number 3, and now it's number 4 because they opened to 3 while this was being built. It's crazy. But anyway, this is our 4th location. I'm very excited. The owner called me yesterday, texted me last night and saying, we're so close. We're probably gonna need our first delivery on Saturday. Their normal deliveries of the days will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I told him, I said, as always, with a new location, new restaurant, get you up and running, we'll deliver whatever day you need. The location is prime for Monday, Wednesday, Friday deliveries. Worst case scenario, we can do Saturdays, and maybe a Thursday if things work out, but realistically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays will be the delivery days. So I'm headed there now just to kind of scope it out, check it out. I haven't seen it. I've driven by the building when it was being built, but the sign wasn't even up yet. And so now, like, if they're close enough to be opening possibly on Monday, I'm excited. So we're gonna go check it out. I got a little gift in the back seat for them, and then from there, I gotta make my way around and head to my my aunt's bar, my family bar, because somehow, some way, we miscounted what we needed for lemons today, and they ordered 2 lemons, and we didn't have them yet. So they came in later, and so I just threw them in the trunk, and I'm gonna take her lemons. Plus, it's my aunt's birthday, so I'm gonna go wish her happy birthday. So kind of all in all, we're making a big sweeping loop. We're going up to Surprise, and then down the 303 freeway to the bar, and then we'll be at home for our live stream. I have to say, this new complex is amazing. We used to live, just a few miles down the road. We drove down this road, and this used to be just a dirt lot, and it is a giant ass. There's a barbecue place, there's a Mediterranean place, there's a pizza place, there's the taco shop, there's a Better Buzz behind me, which we're gonna go get a coffee right now. There's Farmer's Boy, which I'm not sure what that is. I think it's a California-based company. Mission Barbecue is as well, but just a lot of awesome places. But just the place itself just looks really cool. They did a really cool job boxing it in. It just looks really, really cool. Giant patio. Anyway, nobody's in there. There's a vendor in there hooking some wires and hooking some things. So there's still, the owner may have jumped the gun a little bit when they said they might need a delivery tomorrow, but unless they just plan on getting the delivery tomorrow so they can start prepping food and for an opening on Monday. I don't know. But yeah, I honestly, when he said that they could be getting a delivery tomorrow, I'm thinking like, oh, well, there's probably people here like, working and setting things up. No, nobody there. So, oh well. I'm happy I saw the facility, and I now know exactly where it's at. So if we do get a delivery tomorrow, I know I can give them exactly where to go and how to get in and all that. So, yeah, old stomping grounds. It's pretty cool to see just how crazy things continue to build. We were out here for 14 years, and in those 14 years, we saw massive growth, massive construction. We started with nothing when we moved out here. We literally had a Del Taco and a Jack in the Box for fast food. We had a Red Lobster and Olive Garden and Applebee's for restaurants, and that was it. Nothing else. And then over time, everything else came out here. And then since we moved, literally 2 years after we moved, In-N-Out Burger, Tokyo Joe's, all these cool places that I wish we had, they built up. But anyway, like I said, we're gonna go grab a Better Buzz coffee because I love their menu. We're getting one of those in my neighborhood as well, so I can't wait for that. More coffee shops, can't go wrong with that. And then we're gonna, like I said, continue our journey down south. Coffee's so good. Got a snickerdoodle latte, obviously cinnamon sugar. But it's crazy that companies, like Arizona's a big state, right? Phoenix has always been like the 5th largest city in America. And yet there are so many companies and so many businesses that aren't here that are in other, major metropolitan areas. And it's like, to think like certain companies have slowly made their way to Arizona. I mean, I remember when, like I said, In-N-Out Burger came. It was like the biggest deal in the world. Like, oh my God, we got In-N-Out Burger, Del Taco, Wiener Schnitzel, fast food staples that were only in California, or I only ever saw them in California, And now it's like something like Better Buzz, right? It was huge in California. I loved it. That was a big deal when I went to San Diego. I was like, oh, we're going to Better Buzz, man. Like that's, local coffee shop chain down there. And now they're popping up everywhere here. They're just sweeping around. Like everywhere there's like one of those like little shopping centers, you're starting to see the same like little things pop up in there. That Pita Mediterranean restaurant that I would just point out, we're getting one of those as well. Like I recognized the logo when I drove by. I was like, oh yeah, we're getting one of those. Like there's a sign up that says coming soon. So like we're getting that one. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's one of those things you just don't think about, right? When you see something new, you're like, oh, that's new. And then you Google it, like, oh, wait, they have locations all across the country. Or they have locations, they're from California, they're from Texas. You get those type of things. You just assume that Phoenix has everything, and if they don't, then it's something local, it's family owned and just something small. But I also know that there are big conglomerate companies that swoop up mom and pop shops, write them a big fat check, and then they franchise it. So I know that's a thing too. I specifically know brands, we work with brands, or have worked with brands in the past, that's happened to, where a big company comes in, writes some fat check, says, hey, we want to own everything, your recipes, your name, your trademark, everything, and then they franchise the crap out of it, and then all of a sudden they pop up everywhere. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if that's the case in any of these examples, but nevertheless, you know, I'm happy that Better Buzz is now a Phoenix staple. All right, it is 5:20 p.m. and we are live. We've been live actually now for an hour. First, we did like 40 minutes public with the community. Everyone could pop in and say what's up. And then we switched over to members only. And this is literally the first time I've ever done like a members only paywall chat. And we got about 15 viewers right now, 15 members in here, and it's awesome. It's nice and cozy, and I'll be honest with you, it's really awesome to see everybody with green names and badges next to their name, and they're using emotes, and like, feels so good. But guess what? They want to say hi. Boom! What's up? We got Fatal Fuentes, we got Ian Santos, Ethan Anderson, Lion Lurker, Space Gamers. All games are cool. Yeah. Where's Lee Rag? Lee Rag, where you at? Say hi. It's Mudflap. Woo! We got some lurkers too. It's okay. I see you, lurkers. I see you. There's Lee Rag. Look at that. Look at Lee Rag. Lee Rag's got the bonsai tree. He's been a member for so long that he's got a tree next to his name. I love it. I love it. Just a quick reminder, Tier 2 and Tier 3 channel members get one monthly live stream just like this. And we're talking about maybe playing some games. Like, again, it's cozy. There's 10 to 15 people in here at the moment. Now, of course, if memberships grow, eventually maybe we can't do this, but you know, we're talking about maybe playing some Uno, maybe playing some marbles. I don't know. We'll see. Something cozy. But I just did what's on my iPhone, so they got to see what's on my iPhone. So right after my live stream, sat down to have dinner with Tiff, and my brother Travis. He called me a couple times during the live stream because he got a new router, kind of like mine, where it's two routers that bridges a connection. And he was, had some questions on setting it up. So no problem. It's easy enough. But he's having a hard time for whatever reason. It's not connecting. And I don't remember. We have the same internet. It's fiber. I don't remember if I had to call provider and give them like the MAC address. Like I don't know if it works that way or if it's just plug and play. But he plugged it in and it's not working. So tech support to the rescue.
Take it a little bit too far and it sounds a bit entitled or a bit like brusque or like sharp.
So I knew I needed to get gas, especially since I'm going to wake up at 11:30 and go to the airport to pick up Sierra. I want to make sure I got gas before that time. And I get to the gas station and realize I didn't bring my wallet because I was just going to my brother's house. And of course, they don't do tap pay at the pump. But I went to the little kiosk. The girl was stocking like Red Bulls and stuff. And I said, hey, is there any way I can prepay for gas but using tap? And she goes, yeah, absolutely. I was like, yes, I love technology. It's not at the pump, but, and of course, I don't know how much. I fill up my tank every time and never pay attention to price, never pay attention to how many gallons, how many dollars, and none of that. So she's like, well, how much do you want to do? I go, let's just do $20. So first time I put like a dollar amount in my tank in decades. Like, I honestly can't remember the last time I put like, here, $20, but I always just fill the tank. Slide the card, fill the tank every single time. $20 gave me a little over 6 gallons. That's about a half a tank. 9 p.m. And I do feel tired. My eyes, more than anything. Like, I feel tired. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to bed, set my alarm for like 11:15, and just get up and go. Meet Sierra at the airport at midnight. That's when her flight gets in. And then just come back home and go back to bed. And so my sleep will be broken up. I'm pretty confident I'll be able to come back home and go back to sleep. But I figure like that's better than me like trying to stay awake for the next 3 hours and then try to drive to the airport. Like that's my only fear is like if I, it's
it's my bedtime right now. Like right now is when I normally would go to bed. I was up at 3:30 today, so it makes sense. Go to bed like I'm supposed to, get a couple of hours, then wake up and go. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick up Sierra at the airport at midnight. So I'm going to say goodbye now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Big shout out to everyone that came out to today's live stream. I know the public part was short, about 30, 40 minutes or so. Actually, it wasn't even that short. It was almost an hour. So almost like a normal live stream. But then we did the members only, and that was a blast. That was great. So shout out to all my channel members. You rock. That was awesome. Can't wait for the next one. We're going to have a lot of fun this year with those members only streams. There will be a live stream on Twitch Sunday morning early. So be on the lookout for it. Playing some Arc Raiders. I'm actually excited. I'm really looking forward to it. I just saw the new Expedition metrics and stats drop and all the stuff that's going with it. And I'm like, we've got basically a month to grind. So I'm excited. I got a reason to log in and get boot up and get going. So twitch.tv/Clintus, Sunday morning, Arc Raiders, be there or be square. We'll see you then. Vlog on.